Welcome, my name is Georgine, and this is your shoulders and hips under 15 minutes stretch session. So we'll start on the back. I like to have the feet wide, knees knocked together. And for this, you can either have one hand to chest, one hand to belly, or rest your arms beside you. So once you settle, relaxing through head, shoulders, hips, and feet. And really just checking in with your breath. Filling up your ribs, chest, and back. And letting yourself settle. Letting everything sink in. If your thoughts start to wander, just let them go. Taking 5 more big breaths. Keeping your legs where they are. And from here, you'll start to reach the hands up to the ceiling. Palms face each other. And then reach up to the ceiling, shoulders lift and lower. Keep the head and torso rooted. If you prefer to have your feet hip distance apart and planted, that works fine. And just lifting and lowering. Just find that full range of motion. You might have some little kinks or crackles that come out. That's okay. Be mindful. Just a few more here, lifting and lowering. And then from here, everything else stays the same. Just right arm over left, bending your elbows, giving yourself a hug. And let gravity soften into, let yourself soften into this stretch. Feel the expansion through the upper back, shoulder area. Anytime you prefer to do a different variation with your legs, you definitely can. This is more focused on the upper body right now, though. Big breaths. Softening through your ribs, rooting in through your back. 5 big breaths. And slowly reach both arms up to the ceiling. Give a couple little shoulder shrugs. And then switching sides, left arm on top of right. Now with this, you can do subtle shifts if you need. Placing the arms in a different spot if that feels better or more appropriate. This class is all about really just checking in, listening to the body, and kind of getting ready for the next year. A few more big breaths here. Really fill up your ribs and back. And then when you're ready, start to reach your arms out long beside you, or cactus if you don't have much room. Feet hip distance, come onto your tiptoes. Right leg leads. Reach the right leg forward. Sweep it over to the left. Let your left knee drop over to the left, coming to a twist. Then sweep your leg back to center, switching side. Left leg reaches towards the front and over to the right as the right knee drops and come back. So gliding side to side, your own pace, fast or slow. Find that twist and see if you can keep your toes connected to the ground as you glide side to side. Maybe your foot starts to come a little bit closer to your hand. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. You can go fast or slow. You can play with variations if that feels better for you. You might find you start making a little circle with your body because the legs are kind of guiding you off your mat. Seeing if you can root into your hands more. Finding your breath, move through the hips, move through the low back. Last few, side to side. And then when you're ready, come back to center. Hug your knees to chest, draw your nose towards your knees. Feel it broadening through your chest. And then slowly dropping down, head, shoulders. Plant your feet hip distance. Taking your right foot to left thigh, drawing your left thigh to chest for a figure 4. Another good variation to do is you can keep your left foot on the ground or step on blocks or a wall if you don't feel like pulling your leg in. Five big breaths. And then slowly lower your feet down, switching sides, left foot, right thigh. Hug your right thigh in. Letting yourself settle. Then when you're ready, lower your feet down. And then roll into one side, gently press yourself up to a seat, extending your legs out in front of you. Okay. And then from here, hug your left leg into your chest, growing nice and tall. Option 1. Option 2, you can take that same foot onto the other side of your leg if that feels good. And feel that sense of hugging in. The leg will want to kind of be floppy, so see if you can kind of press into the big toe and hug into the midline. If that doesn't work, go back to the previous option. If you like, you can lean onto that right hip and guide your right leg towards your left hip. Option 3. Okay, wherever variation you're choosing, hug your leg in with your right arm, reach your left arm up and twist looking over your shoulder. So this not only gets into the spine, that twist, it also gets quite a lot into the shoulders and hips with this twist. Think about the broadening through chest and rooting down with the sit bone to the base of your pelvis. And slowly come back to center. Extending your right leg out long if it's not already, and then let your left leg kind of flop over the leg in a chevron shape. Or you could do a one leg forward fold by just bringing that leg into the inside of your left leg. And left, I mean right, and start to forward fold. Broaden your chest, lengthening your spine. Let yourself settle. I find this variation, you feel a lot more stretch to the back of your leg, whereas if you bring both legs forwards, sometimes you feel more in the back or hips. Okay, lean back into your hands, both legs extend, give them a shake out, and switching sides, starting with a twist. So the leg can hug into the inside, so right leg this time, or it can go on the outside of your left leg. Again, remember that floppiness that wants to happen, hugging. And then option, you can sweep your left leg to the right hip. Find that length lift, reach up through the right arm, plant the hand behind you, look over your shoulder. Now if the floor ever feels far away, tent your fingertips or bring a block or something underneath your hand if you need. Finding your breath, lengthening through the back of your neck, broadening your chest. And slowly come back to center. And extending your left leg this time, let the right leg either make that chevron shape and floppy, or you can bring it to the inside of your leg for a one leg forward fold. And then lengthen through the spine, and then start to fold over your legs. Again, this time working on the stretch to the back of the left leg. The tendency is to want to slouch through the spine here, so consciously feel that lift, that drawing of the sternum, the center of the chest, and the belly button forwards and over. few more breaths here. And then when you're ready, start to lift up. Shake out the legs again. Then come into a cross-legged or whatever seated position feels good. And then cross your left arm across your body, hug it in with your right arm, and coming to a mild twist. So this one's focusing more on the arm, the shoulder, the upper back. Come back to center, give a little shoulder roll back and forwards a few times. And shake out through your arms too if you'd like. And then switching sides. So this time the right arm sweeps across your body, hug in with your left arm, lengthen, and do a little twist if you'd like. Come back to center, give a little shoulder shrug. And then plant your feet hip distance or wider, seated cat-cow, round and arc your spine, holding onto your shins. When you arc your spine, when you're coming forwards, option knees drop out to the side. And when you round, really lengthen through the arms, upper back, feel that stretch. A few more like this. And then grab hold of the soles of your feet and then fold over your legs with your knees quite bent. I like to start like this to soften through the spine. And you can start to either kind of hop your feet forwards or glide if you have socks. I'm a big fan of socks in stretching practices. Find your breath, feel expansion, and soften. And roll your way up. And that is your under 15-minute shoulder and hip stretch. Thanks for watching. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, subscribe for 2 videos a month. See you next time.